this room, but they don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I do. I'd live for you, and that's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even harder to write when you know that tonight there were people back home who tried talking to you, but then you ignored them still. All these questions, they're for real. Like who would you live for? Who would you die for? And would you ever kill? Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I just wanna stay in the sun where I find. I know it's hard sometimes. Pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much. But it's fun to fantasize on my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was. But it's fun to fantasize. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. 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 I'm boring, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm boring, so I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm boring, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm boring, so I'm taking my time on my I'm boring, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm boring, so I'm taking my taking my time on my I'm boring, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm boring, so I'm taking my time on my. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much.
YOLO mofos, it's 420 TV. Here's our co-host, Anna Navarro. You might have to speak up, so let's check it. Just go ahead and kind of talk
Can
more.
you guys hear me? Hi, everybody.
Let me check out the chat room and see what the hell. Good morning. You're listening to 177.6 on your Freedom of Speech dial. Simon, Michael, Raven. Wait a minute. You're here. How are you there? No, I'm just joking. It's teleportation, of course. Who else we got? Corey Bennett. What's up? Good morning, everybody. Waking bacon. Waking in the bacon.
No makeup.
No makeup. We're just raw dogging it right now. I'm just joking. We have odd hours because we got to do things when the baby is cooperating, or at least one of us. But it's still hard when there's this screaming dolphin in the background to do a show. But, you know.
When she gets really upset, when she cries, she sounds like a dolphin noise. Yeah.
We know how. Oh, what was that?
That's when she gets really upset, so we don't want her to get there.
I lost your camera. Oh, here it is. There we are. There's me. But she's much prettier. But anyway, we're going to talk about some news this morning. I hope I don't offend anyone and no one gets crybabied out. I am going to, fair warning, we're going to have to discipline the white people on here because I found several more articles that suggest honkies may be acting up. Or at least that's the way it looks. We'll look into it here on Honky TV. No, I'm just joking. I'm not really a honky, but I do play one on TV. Or at least part honky. I don't know how that goes because I don't even believe in the stupid idea of segregation, and especially pretending like nationalities or races is really getting on my nerves. When people have the same genetics that live 5 miles over a border, guess what? They're the same people. They eat the same shit, got the same culture, got the same DNA. Guess what? They're not a different race because of an imaginary line. That's just ridiculous.
Separate.
Yeah, but anyway, here we're going to start out here in the news with this topic. Unfortunately, we live in a time where people are just, I don't know, they're so mind controlled into obsessing over skin tones. Here we go. California approves ethnic studies curriculum that will encourage a counter-genocide against whites. At least that's what this article says here at the Information Liberation. And yeah, and then here you got breaking 911. California State Board of Elections or Education has approved the new statewide ethnic study curriculum. Ethnic. Our ethnicity here, last I checked, was, I guess, American, because we made our own ethnicity here. But anyway, speaking of, just deciding a whole group of people are the same over one factoid that connects them is pretty silly. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about the whole thing about teaching kids that, a bunch of people in past worlds are somehow affecting them so much that they have to hate or act a certain way because some other people did some other shit in a different time zone 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago, 5,000 years ago. I mean,
It seems like it's set up to have a division from the get-go.
Well, yeah, but what's so funny is there's you imagine any Slavic person ever getting mad that you mentioned that they were a Slavic person when Slav means slave, because that's right. There was the first real big group of slavery, that was well documented was the Slavics by the Muslims, and they took them. But we're going to get into that because it's a whole imaginary, fictional story being told to you daily about how different you are, who's allowed to be good or who's allowed to be bad, or all of this stuff. Like right here, Florida cop sued for hassling people over crimes they might commit in the future. So basically, these and don't get it twisted. They're doing this to you in every little city and municipality across America, in the land of the free and the home of the brave. These people have records on you. They have a bunch of information on you. If you've ever been in trouble. So what they're doing is they go find people that got in trouble a long time ago or have been in trouble before, and they just keep harassing them, going to their house, asking them what they're doing with no probable cause. It's like Minority Report right here. It says Predictive policing, a concept seemingly pulled straight out of the 2002 popcorn flick Minority Report, has become increasingly hot with law enforcement agencies. So basically, we get down here and they're talking about how it's predictive policing. So basically, they just stereotype people. So they're stereotyping people based on based based on ethnicity, based on history. So if you've ever been in trouble, they're knocking on your door. They're giving you tickets because your grass is too tall because you're a felon, or maybe somebody said something about you. Wait till this is part of your credit score, or is linked up with how you medicate yourself. And what were you calling them? Here, let me move the mic a little bit closer to Anna.
I was calling them tainted insertions cure-alls.
Tainted insertion cure-alls. That's right.
Yeah, if you guys know what I mean.
Here, I'm all tangled. I'm sorry. 1 second. My mouse is tangled up. Let's look in the chat for 1 second here. What's going on here? James Crouch. So many laws. We are all criminals. Kill the seed before it grows. American ethnicity. Yeah, well, ethnicity just means that you're connected to one. I mean, like, we can look it up in the dictionary. It's just a connection between people based on religion, based on history, based on nationality. It could be based on anything. So it's really a word that doesn't mean anything. It means whatever you want it to mean. You could say I'm black, that's my ethnicity. You could say I'm American, that's my ethnicity. Or
Is your race human?
No, that's a species.
Oh.
But what if I said I was a black, Jewish, Russian, Albanian, capitalist, communist person, and then that's my ethnicity if I want it to be. Especially nowadays when you can identify as anything you want.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. And I was just remembering when you said about what's the name of the movie?
Minority Report?
Yeah, Minority Report, that I do that to our dog Hope.
Yeah.
Because I yell at her before she does what I think she's about to do.
Well, what do you think about cops just showing up at your house to find all the codes that you violated because a long time ago, maybe 20 years ago, you got arrested for something?
Yeah, that's not fair.
So they're not going to go harass people without a history, but when cops and judges are starting to use things you do like your social media to mess with citizens, it won't be long until they're over at your house doing things like that Florida woman where they took her kid because she put up pictures. She put up pictures of a previous time pre-COVID with no mask on, and that to the judge means she's a dangerous person.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's scary, the world that we live in nowadays.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's get on to more nonsense. The pre-crimers.
James says, yes, that's what I mean. That's exactly.
Right? So, according to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, U.S. Appeals Court, says basically you do not have the right to defend yourself in the public arena at all. Not at all. So a lot of people argued with me yesterday on social media because I posted that this ruling basically means that you're not allowed to have a gun in public with or without concealing it. So you can't carry it out, you can't hide it. Basically, they want to make you totally and absolutely defenseless. They're trying to keep you where you can only have weapons in your home. And of course, if they get rid of them out of the public, they'll show up at your house to get them next.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's messed up.
So let's get down.
That's
Go ahead.
the founding of America.
Yeah. Well, not just that. It's the basic right of someone to be able to, defend themselves. And here's some lawyers all proud of it that they modeled it after Hawaii's gun laws. And that guy's a jerk off. But here, let's look at the bill just so people, who are arguing with me yesterday on YouTube. Okay? So I think it's right here. Yeah, here it is. This is part of the ruling. It says the en blanc court noted that the court has previously held that individuals do not have a Second Amendment right to carry concealed weapons in the public. And it later goes on to outline how in almost every circumstances you cannot have one out saying it intimidates people and it scares people and people's feelings are hurt when they see it.
The messed up part and the part that we need to worry is that, any government that starts removing rights and changing laws, and that, that's something to worry about.
What if wait till that we're doing like England and we got plastic knives and we're not, that's silly shit going on.
Yeah, crazy.
All right. So we're gonna let you guys watch this for a minute. And you know what's funny is I always thought Ted Cruz was a snake. I really do. But lately he's been making a lot of sense. I'm not saying he's not a snake anymore. And I'm not saying he ever was a snake. I'm just saying I always thought of him like a Goldman Sachs snake. Because, he has a lot of connections to that. But lately he's been making a lot of sense. And he's down there at the border. And I do want to point out that regardless if you agree or disagree with this guy's talking, I want you to keep in mind that he's an actor. Listen to him. He's playing a part. Even the way he speaks, he goes out of his way to act. And
he has gained weight.
And he's gained weight. Anna says he's fat too now, so there's that. Anyway, let me mute this. All right, so it's not playing no sound. All right, sorry about that. So you got to hear a bunch of nothing, and we'll just go with he's fat. And he's a snake. Now, basically, he was talking shit about the border and the fact that they were down there on the border, and then right there where all these senators and different people are, there's cartel members flashing lights at him across the border, right there, taunting them, telling them, fuck you, putos. I mean, that's not actually what they said, but they were pretty much, saying, what are you going to do about it? Because everybody thinks it's open house now. America's open for business, even though it's been closed down. And this guy, he's trying to say that, basically, here, we'll just let you hear, and maybe you can hear it this time.
He gives me the creeps.
He is creepy.
Joining me now is the Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas. Good morning, Mr. Secretary. I want to start right there. We heard the sheriff say it, the governor say it, and the migrants I spoke to say it. They are coming across because they believe they will be welcomed under the Biden administration. You said yourself 3 weeks ago, we're not saying don't come, we're saying don't come now. President Biden had a stronger message later, but the messages are mixed. But the messages are mixed at best. You said yourself 3 weeks ago, we're not saying don't come. President Biden had a stronger message. President Biden. You said your President Biden had a strong President Biden. Don't come now. 3 weeks ago, we're not saying don't come now. Don't come now. President Biden had a stronger message later, but the messages are mixed at best, Mr. Secretary.
Martha, good morning. The message is quite clear. Do not come. The border is closed. The border is secure. We are expelling families. We are expelling single adults.
President Biden had a stronger.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to give you guys another context. Let's pretend like this old woman, when she's talking about the border, is actually talking about her coochie right now. And these two are getting it on because it seems like they just are like, come now, come on. Like that song. What's that song? It's like an 80s song. It says, Don't do it.
No.
Yeah,
No.
you don't know that one?
No.
When you wanna come, don't do it.
No.
I don't know the name of that song, but yeah, you guys get it. Anyway, back to the video. Back to the video, and now think about these two old, weird actor, evil-looking, weird people.
Soulless.
Solace. I like solace when I want to meditate.
Because they believe they will be welcomed under the Biden administration. You said yourself 3 weeks ago, we're not saying don't come, we're saying don't come now. President Biden had a stronger message later, but the messages are mixed at best, Mr. Secretary.
Martha, good morning. The message is quite clear. Do not come. The border is closed. The border is secure. We are expelling families. We are expelling single adults under the CDC's authority, under Title 42 of the United States Code, because we are in the midst of a pandemic, and that is a public health imperative. We are encouraging children not to come. Now is not the time to come. Do not come. The journey is dangerous. We are building safe, orderly, and humane ways to address the needs of vulnerable children. Do not come.
I know you're trying to get that message out now, but your team was also briefed by career professionals at DHS during the transition about the possibility of this crisis. You yourself say we are on pace to have one of the largest migrant surges in 20 years. Why were you not prepared for this?
Martha, let me be clear. We have seen large numbers of migration in the past. We know how to address it. We have a plan. We are executing on our plan, and we will succeed. This is what we do. But one thing is also clear, that it takes time. And why does it take time now? Why is it especially challenging and difficult now? Because the entire system under United States law that has been in place throughout administrations of both parties was dismantled in its entirety by the Trump administration. So we are rebuilding the system as we address the needs of vulnerable children who arrive at our borders. And that is what it
But
is
Mr. Secretary,
all about. It is about
you knew
vulnerable
this coming
children.
in. It's exactly about vulnerable children. You have approximately 5,200 children currently being held in adult border facilities, well over the 2019 peak during the Trump administration. They're only supposed to stay there for 72 hours, but they've been there for more than 10 days, 650 kids, and it's getting worse. Let me read you a tweet from Senator Chris Murphy, a Democrat from Connecticut, who was with you on a trip down here. He said, just left the border processing facility, hundreds of kids packed into big open rooms. In a corner, I fought back tears as a 13-year-old girl sobbed uncontrollably, explaining through a translator how terrified she was, having been separated from her grandmother and without her parents. Murphy said these are facilities you wouldn't want to put your child in for more than 10 minutes. I know you say you have a plan now, but again, how did this happen? You knew there was a pandemic before. HHS had failed to do this before as well under Obama, under President Trump. So how do you speed this up, and how did this happen?
Martha, it takes time. We all know what happened to that 13-year-old girl in the prior administration. She was turned away and turned into the desert of Mexico, or sent back to the very country from which she fled by reason of fear of persecution. We are addressing the needs of that child now. When I say it takes time, I mean it, because we're dealing with a dismantled system. And we did not.
Damn. Anyway, that guy's getting on my nerves. Did you guys count how many fucking times they said, come, don't come, you're coming inside, don't come, come. It's, and don't come. But then every other word was children. I felt like I was being programmed right there. I think I'm going to make a video showing these fucking people that's like, what in the fuck are you guys really talking about? Alejandro. I don't know. What's going on in the chat?
Mallorcas.
Huh?
Mallorcas.
Oh, yeah, his last name. What is that? That's not like his first name. Anyway, Mexican child 9 dies trying to enter the U.S. border, drowned on the Rio Grande. And the baby, there was a baby. The baby survived. The mother survived, but the 9-year-old did not survive. And what happened was that they came from Guatemala and drowned in the river right there.
It's just so crazy because, you know, they make that long ass trip, and when they get to Mexico, it's like all the odds are really against them, and you know what I mean with like coyotes.
Yeah, and it's messed up. We're not talking about the desert coyotes. They may come along and
No.
eat the body afterwards.
Yeah.
No, but the people that are making
And
like
extortioning and rape and
well, they
all
make
kinds of
like
stuff.
what is it, like $5,000 to $10,000 a head sometimes to smuggle people through the border here, and half the time, yeah, like you said, bad things have happened to certain people by the time they even got here, and then when they get here, they get further exploited, and
Yeah.
then yeah, this happens right here. They're trying to cross right now too with all the spring melt of snow, so that means the Rio Grande is higher in water right now. So down in Texas, it's not like it is where we're at, where you could kind of just navigate it. People are drowning in that river. They're getting their backs wet in the river.
I like that
That was-
guy that
That was bad.
they interviewed him, and he said that if Trump will be in office, he would not even try to come, but because it's Biden.
But don't worry about none of that stuff on the border. We need to convince the vaccine skeptics out there among you, you pieces of shit who are just God. You don't want to take the what is it called? The it's you know, you had a name for it. What was it? Oh, you wrote it down. Look at it.
Tainted insertions cure-all.
A tainted insertion cure-all. The NIH director panics and says, you know, all you people that just quite don't want it, well, you know, it's your fault. We need to convince you, because so they're going to come eventually to your door. And then here's one. I hope it'll play.
I
Let
need
me
to
see.
convince you of my.
Does anybody in this restaurant think it's a good idea to take the vaccine? No. Raise your hand if you think it's a good idea. Anyone here, is it a good idea to take the vaccine? Raise your hand if you think it's a good idea. Not one person here thinks it's a good idea? Complete quiet.
Boise City is the county seat of sparsely populated Cimarron County, Oklahoma, where 92% of the voters chose Donald Trump on Election Day, the highest percentage in a state where all 77 counties went for Trump.
What do you think about the vaccine? Are you going to take the vaccine?
No, sir.
Tell me why.
Well, I don't trust the government, and I don't trust Biden.
Chad and Misty Hughes are husband and wife. Neither of them plan to get the vaccine.
Just don't want to.
Why don't you want to? If you don't mind me asking.
Because when I take the flu shot, I usually get the flu, so there's no reason to take
So are
it.
you saying you think you'll get COVID by taking the COVID vaccine?
Probably.
Why are you thinking that? The research doesn't show that at all. It shows that it keeps people safe.
That's just my choice.
These women are sisters, and they too are doubters.
Why are you doubtful?
They just started rolling them out.
Well, yeah, but this has been a worldwide effort by
Okay,
great
they
doctors.
claim that the flu can be cured, but still hundreds of thousands of people die from the flu.
Well, yes, a lot of people die from flu, but not nearly as much as COVID. This is a horrible pandemic, and this is like an amazing vaccine. These vaccines have come out; they're saving lives. Can't believe it.
No. I will just agree to disagree on this subject, I guess.
I'm just not going to take it.
What if President Trump came out and was very robust and said, take the vaccine? I took it even though I didn't tell anybody about it. It was kind of done secretly, but I think you should take it. He said it a little bit, but he hasn't been robust about it. If he was robust and said, take it, would you?
No.
Trump's a liberal New Yorker. Why would we listen to him either?
Did you vote for him?
He was the best option.
No matter where we went, enthusiasm for the vaccine wasn't easy to find.
Yeah, that's weird. Them weird Ohio people and I think Oklahoma people, even though it says Ohio, or maybe it was both places. None of them people wanted to take it. That's weird. Why wouldn't they want to take like 10 of them at least, or 5 rounds of that?
Yeah, why not?
He said the science doesn't back it up. Here's some more science right here, but he didn't know the tornado.
The science is settled, okay?
Yeah, this guy's science was settled so much it settled right on his house. He's a meteorologist that was talking about the weather right when the tornado struck his house. It's bad in Alabama. That sucks for everyone there. But yeah, how weird to be sitting at work showing people and warning people the path of the tornado only to realize it's going right over your house.
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
Yeah. What would you do?
Who, me? I'd probably leave the station and go see, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't have nothing at home or nobody at home to worry about it. But anyway, it says meteorologist James Spann was well into his coverage of severe. I'm sorry, we're having an illiterate moment. It's a severe.
What'd you
Several severe storms that spawned deadly tornadoes in Alabama on Thursday when he came to a troubling realization his home had taken a direct hit. No,
wow.
he did. He had to step away mid-broadcast to check on his wife, who was sheltering in place at their Shelby County home. Texting my wife, the cameraless fellow 3340 meteorologist. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but that's weird, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. What was this?
Live. It was live?
Yeah. Well, you gotta tell people to, hide live. Quick, everybody get in your home. 3 nuclear fucking Russian subs just popped out of the ice for no fucking reason at the same spot. And a lot of people are fucking melting down about it. Look at them. Bing, bing, bing. Right there. They can launch nukes anywhere they want to. Anywhere in the world.
Where are they at?
They're in the Arctic. It's normal for them to be there, but... Hey, look at that. You see that? They're racist! No, I'm just joking. Actually, that's a Georgian flag, I believe, now. Right there, if you notice, this flag looks a lot like the one that you can't have in the U.S. You see that?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, the colors, too. It's got the colors.
Yeah.
What is that? That's weird. They must be... No, it's a Slavic thing. Has nothing to do with us. Not at all. But that is pretty trippy. But not as trippy as realizing that, over here... The U.S. military war games set to take place as concern about threats posed by China and Russia. So this is going to take place in the Arctic, too, I believe. Weird, huh? How they're just pushing us further into this one more world war so we can finally settle that there is only one government.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
It's just a magic string, you tie it up, it makes your body fall apart. It's Ebola.
Oh.
It's Ebola, folks.
See, I'm more scared of Ebola than...
I'm more scared of Ebola than anything else going around right now.
Yeah.
No, you're scared of COVID. Shut up. Wear your mask.
Yes, double mask.
Double mask. No, 23 travelers being monitored for Ebola after a trip to Africa, Washington officials say. The bizarre thing is why did they pull them apart and why are they monitoring for Ebola unless they suspect one of them to be positive of the disease is the question that I have. But nowhere in the articles do they say if or, how many are infected with Ebola. And actually, most of the articles going around in the mainstream media are saying only 4 people. But actually, there are 23 travelers. And if you remember before, they've let Ebola into the United States on more than one occasion. Already.
One was in Dallas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was under Obama, right? That guy. You know what's weird about that is the people that came to clean it for the CDC, they thought it was a bright idea to get a pressure washer out and a little bit of breeze for the neighborhood and start pressure washing this guy's vomit and blood, all in little particles of blood, blowing it around the projects or the apartment complex. Fuck up, man.
Gary says Ebola is a common bacteria in everybody's anus. You need Ebola to poop.
No, that's E. coli. Ebola is a virus that makes your body fall apart. That's E. coli. That's that stuff that's on everything. And E. coli is not that big a deal. It's just a little poo. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. E. coli. No, look, he's perfect. 57-year-old lady in New Hampshire gives birth to a baby boy. And by the way, this chick, like, she lifts weights, man. I was watching this video, and I don't know if that was a pre or post pregnancy belly. Let's check it out. Oh, ooh. Yeah, let's get back here because we don't need to hear them. But I'll put it back here. Look at him. That's a trip. What do you think about having birth at that old?
Wow.
I mean, not that old, that young. Excuse me, folks.
It sucks that she's only gonna have so long with the baby, or with the kid, not the baby. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's true. But look, what a miracle! Look, and she looks happy as shit. Now, fast forward somewhere right here. She's be throwing some weights around after we look. Aww. No, I'm just joking. Damn, was that? Whoa, let's back up. I'm sorry, I saw something. Whoa. That must be. I hope that's the lighting, and it's not one of those black-eyed children that show up at your house. You know.
Is that when she was pregnant?
I don't know. That's what I was tripping on. Is that a post or pre-pregnancy belly?
I think it's pre.
Because if she's lifting up those weights, no wonder she's healthy enough to spit another child out. Look at that.
Damn.
I don't even know if I could do that right now. I don't know about that. At least not this morning. Not feeling quite manly enough to do that. All right, we're going to turn off all of that. We're going to like, so. All right, there we are. So, Anna, we're going to get back into this thing right here. So, I know you're looking at it, but they can't see it yet. So it's coming.
Yeah.
So we got a lot more news to do right here. But what do you think about this thing? How? Because maybe we should wait and then we'll get into it when we get into it. But anyway.
Yeah.
Did you have any points to make about any of those news articles there?
No.
No. All right. We'll just move on. All right. Where's the thing? Nope, that's not it. Here we go. Scientists present a theory explaining why we're the only humans on Earth. I'll save you a lot of time. It says basically because we're some smart monkeys and we adapt. There. Revolutionary ideas coming out of the scientific world these days.
I think I've heard that before.
What, that we're good at adapting?
Mm-hmm.
I did too. I don't know who said that. Maybe it was our ancestors. Anyway, fossil discoveries change ideas about Earth, start putting back the time of life way, way back, and they say they have evidence, little microbes.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
They put the date at 3.465 billion years ago. Flattened worms. What do you think about that? That there were critters on here that long ago in the unimaginable past.
I'm not surprised.
Me neither. What do you think about this guy? He's broken all kinds of records because basically under ice, plus he made the deepest dive ever. He had to have that suit because it was cold as shit. But the deepest diver in history of the free diving goes below the ice too and makes 2 world records. 262 feet on a single breath. What do you think about that? That's like
wow, his lungs must be very good. He must never smoke.
I don't know about that. I can make 100 yards.
Yeah, that's what you said, but what's the last time you did that?
Last summer.
Yeah, well, you have deteriorate since then.
I have. Shut up. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, here we go. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have been paying attention to the news about this wave of hate crimes against Asians in America. There have been rallies at every major city talking about ending white supremacy, attacking Muslims. Oh, wait, no, Asians. No, wait, it's everybody, the white supremacists attack. And I want to make a point from now on, when you guys start listening to the news and they start saying, well, these white supremacist groups, notice they never name them. Because if they did, there's only a couple, like a handful in the U.S. that are active. And those, they're like, what? They got a couple thousand people, some dorks that dress up and go, fucking have little cake parties and headbang, and I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it. But anyway, here's a list of the white supremacists so far that have committed the Asian hate crimes this year. They've all been arrested, so you can feel safe that these white supremacists here, all of them, all of these white, what do you think about these white supremacists? I mean, look at him. This guy, he totally looks like a white supremacist to me. Him too. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't look.
Yeah, I don't know. There's the list of suspects anyway. They don't seem to be white. Oh yeah, I wanted to point out, here's another one of the mainstream articles that makes you think that it's less of a big thing, this Ebola thing. And, every time that they bring Ebola in, it's like they're testing to see if people will freak out or not. Because this is one of those diseases you should freak out about.
Yeah. I remember being freaked out when it happened, the outbreak in 2000, was it 2008?
No, I think it was after that, like 11, I think.
Oh. I don't know, I just remember that Obama was the president.
Yes. We're frozen. All right. Anyway, be on the lookout for bleeding butt syndrome, and eyes, and ears, and skin,
Every
and orifices. I knew you were going to say orifice. Now, it's weird that one court, famously leftist court, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, or the Ninth Circuit court there, just pretty much made it illegal to protect yourself in the public by saying that you didn't have a right to bear arms at all. And you remember bear means to show, to have visible, to wear it, to bear it, but you can't do that, or at least in some states, until they get overturned. Here's another court, though, the Sixth Circuit. ATF cannot classify bump stocks as machine guns, reversing Trump's decision to outlaw bump stocks right here. So it's weird how our government's working, right? They're undoing Trump's things, which were blatantly police state. But don't worry, I think they're just doing this so that they could reclassify it and do it again and make it more legit right here.
Sixth Circuit.
Yeah, so they're saying that you can't say that because you have a bump stock on something, it's a machine gun. Because there's no machine, man. Anna, did you know that those cure-alls that you were talking about that go on your arm, you remember how the CDC said that if you actually got their cure-all for the flu?
You mean the faulty tainted insertions cure-alls?
The faulty tainted insertion cure-alls.
Yes.
That you were more likely to catch the next year's strain of the flu. But that's okay because they would classify it, probably different anyway.
Right.
But anyway, supposedly this study suggests that people that got the flu shot were less likely to get COVID-19. So go out and get your flu shot.
But most likely to get shingles as a side effect.
Shingles? Nonsense! What's that, shingles? Look. The green energy that might be ruining the planet. Wood chips. You know that stuff you put in your garden to fertilize it and compost it? You're ruining the planet. This is my favorite one. What do you think about this?
Smell like weed?
Yes. Okay, so lots of states are legalizing weed. And this restaurant in Detroit doesn't like the fact that it's been legalized, and it's literally, again, which I would think is kind of bigoted, right? Because they're once again judging a whole group of people by a single commonality.
Yeah.
This time it's that they smoke weed and that they smell like weed because they smoke that weed. And this restaurant says, sorry, you can't come here and get the fuck out if you smell like weed. Not only are we going to have a dress code, which, by the way, always has been a way to keep poor people out of restaurants and private clubs and different things, is making dress codes where that a poor person just doesn't have a brand new suit and fucking brand new shoes laying around of a certain kind so that they could go into a certain place. And the same thing with this, you smell like weed. I'm surprised they don't tell people about cigarettes, because cigarettes stink worse than weed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway, no. Not in this place. do you think about
Is
that?
can they do that legally, I guess?
I guess so. It's their place. They have the right to refuse service to anyone.
But then a few years ago there was an issue with a cake and the
Oh, no. You only have rights in a certain direction.
Oh. Okay.
And only if you're a certain group.
Okay, I see. It's quite confusing, the new laws nowadays.
Yeah. Hey, look, large trial underway. What was it? Those people just saying that the science was settled and all of that stuff? It looks like to me that they're still trying to figure out the science, or they wouldn't be doing this. Because trials mean they're trying it. So if they're just now trying the shit, how did they have time to fucking, find out safety, put it on the animals?
Because and you know that they're not FDA or CDC or anything approved.
Oh no, that's hearsay. That's you can't use that. No, you can't say that.
Oh, excuse me.
That's wrong.
Excuse me.
The WHO totally wants you to do this. They totally approved it, at least verbally. Right
Yeah, I
here.
must have got that from a fake site then.
Mhm.
Fake news, from fake news.
Yeah, you must have been reading fake news.
Yeah.
Because they totally work, and they're totally not trying it right now. I mean, why would they be trialing it if they hadn't already? I mean,
It's totally safe.
they know about it already. I mean, obviously, this is just one more trial just to make people
It's
feel
safe
better.
and effective. Come on, people.
It's effective. Hey, what would you think if there was like a dude sleeping under your daughter's bed, humping her at night for 3 days, or 3 weeks? You would think the bastard would be fucking. She had to have been bringing him sandwiches and some fucking water, but and I'm wondering the age because they don't tell the age. So is this like a 16 to 17 or year old kid? I'm not saying they're
No,
not a
he's
kid,
20.
but he's 20. So they're making natural things, kind of, like there's a 5-year rule in some places. They're making natural things against the law, but in California, sodomy it's fine as long as the kid loves you and it's okay. But
3 weeks.
this is
How you don't know what's happening?
I don't know. And then in the article they say they don't know whether or not she let him in or not. And I'm thinking he survived for 3 weeks. Do you think it was like, and he was losing fluid every night?
Met the girl online.
Okay, a man who authorities say lived under a teenage girl's bed in her Ohio home for 3 weeks has been charged with sexually assaulting her and taking nude images of her. Jarrett Wright, 20 of Barberton, met the girl online according to Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office. The teen knew he was living under the... Wait. The teen knew he was living under her bed in the Cincinnati home, but her mother was unaware.
I said, how in the world I'm a mom, and I can only imagine this, but I'll be all over my daughter and everybody's house in the household.
Yeah, you'd be asking for help.
It will not be passed up.
What did she do in the daytime? Did she just stay in her room all day? I don't think so. But anyway, look. According to the court documents, Wright forced the girl to have sex with him. He's charged with 3 counts of sexual assault and a single count of producing child pornography. Now, 3 weeks he was under the bed.
And the parents, they don't hear any noises?
No noises at night. I guess they were real quiet, so he forced her nicely.
You force her nicely?
I just don't know, but when you feed a dog, they stay around. I think that's kind of what happened here. I'm not saying that what he did is right or wrong, and they won't say the age of the girl, did they? The teen. Wright forced the girl, but evidently he forced her to go get sandwiches and water, and he had to take a bathroom break. Where the fuck did he shit?
Pee?
Was he just shitting and pissing in her closet? I mean... Something is not right about this article.
Under her bed.
Ew. Check out this weird story. Missing Florida woman found trapped naked in a storm drain. For a long time, she was missing for weeks and rescued from a storm drain after a passerby heard her cries for help. She was lucky. She didn't know how much longer she'd been okay down there.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
Why did she get down there? I'm still trying to figure that out. They're telling me how bad it was down there and how she almost died. She was naked and covered in dirt, had leaves on her hair, scraped knees. Oh
She
my
fell.
God. Rats, snakes, bugs, shit.
She fell, no?
I haven't still seen how the fuck did she get in there. Oh, here it is. No, that's still about rescue. I don't know. Somehow this lady went missing. And she was found trapped naked with her skin all fucked up with bugs and whatever.
I feel like we're missing some of the story.
Who cares? She's okay. Let's move on. Teen girls charged in deadly God, I can't even talk. It's not California or any of that. It's a carjacking of an elderly Uber Eats driver. I'm sure you saw this. But it's not classified as...
yeah, that's messed up.
As an attack.
I didn't like this.
On this old man here who happens to be very, very oddly light-skinned and recently moved from, I think it was Syria. Let's see here.
Yeah, I don't like this.
He moved from Syria but his name, Anwar, means that he's not white. Even though he's clearly white. I mean, tone-wise. I mean, his skin color is fucking clearly white. It looks like I get darker than this guy in one day outside in my garden. But this is kind of a point that I was going to come back to, that this guy has whatever genetics he has. He's from Syria. He came here. That's cool. We like immigrants. He's working his ass off. And two girls decided that they needed to take what he had, and the car flew down the street, and he died. And I'm not going to show the video.
No, don't show it. It's messed up.
There's a video of it now, and it's horrible.
It's really graphic, and it's messed up. I don't like it. I didn't like it.
Anyway, this blurry spot here is the poor guy. Nice guy, evidently. But in other news, USA Today race and inclusion editor fired for falsely blaming white people for the Boulder shooting. Now, you're going to see a weird thing happen on 420 TV right now is I'm going to argue the fact that indeed all of the leftists were correct in saying he was a fucking white dude. He's white as shit. We're going to prove that here on 420 TV, even though he also, I think, is from Syria. Maybe white people live in Syria. Is that possible? Is that possible? I think it might be. Anyway, we'll get back to that. We'll circle around. Brit spy plane. I cannot talk this morning. It must be because we heavily dosed ourselves.
Yes.
All right, anyway. So, British spy plane spots Putin's Russian... It's like a tongue twister, though. What the fuck? Putin's Russian testing unstoppable nuke that could reach the United States, and more propaganda leading us to fear. And, here it is. Russian Navy tests Zykorn hypersonic missile in the White Sea. And as you can see here, they fire the missile. Boom. They put their deke up in the sky. It's a big phallic symbol. Everybody's got to show off their phallic symbols, right?
Do you think that can be seen as a threat?
Yeah, that is a threat.
US?
That's a threat to the whole fucking world right there. Anytime the U.S. or anybody does that. Yeah. In my opinion. Let's see here. How the Pentagon accidentally funneled millions of dollars to an Iraqi militia group that kills people. What they were nice and didn't say in this article is what we're talking about is death squads. The Iraqi death squads. It's not a militia. These are the people that go around and execute people.
Death squad.
Yeah. Right here. Leaked documents reveal that... Oh, it does say it. I'm sorry, I'll have to reverse that. They do. They just put it in real tiny text over here.
Iranian.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. They give the money right over to these guys. And over again from the States, we accidentally drop, like ISIS weapons. We accidentally train them how to shoot special guns and nerve gas guns and
sounds kind
missiles.
I mean, not to that degree, but some shenanigans like that is going in Mexico.
I think so, too. Some people are training them to have war and then funding them. But it's all on accident. And I thought you guys would like to watch this fat monkey. We have a cat.
I don't even think he's looked at.
We have a cat like this.
But no, he's not like that.
He is too, man. Look at this fat boy. I could bring the cat in here right now and prove my point. I'm doing it.
No, Ransom. He's in the bedroom, are you gonna wake the baby?
Fine, I needed to turn this intro off anyway. Back to the fat monkey, I guess. Anyway, so the fat monkey, you know, I just have a little bit of advice for you. They're going to take him and supposedly rehab this monkey right here, but the people around him have been just letting him eat whatever he eats, and he has a good life. I mean, he's a happy monkey. Look at him. Got his water bottle. He's got a couple spare tires, I know, but I bet if they let him out there, the ladies would still like him.
He looks so unhealthy, and that can be seen as abuse, animal abuse, and yeah.
Animal abuse. Oh my God, look at him from the side view.
Yeah, no, he's like super fatter, way fatter than Tigger.
Whoa, homie. You know what I was thinking, though, that I just want to remind the audience, never spank your monkey unless your monkey has been bad, okay? Let's get to this fake stuff. And look how big this ship is to that, because you know what the size of that is. There's a man right here sitting in this, and this is a big thing. So, everybody's acting like this is a big accident. It's plugging up the Suez Canal. And I've been doing a lot of reading and finding out that there's a lot of military manuals from different countries, including China, Russia, and the United States, saying how if we ever fought a world war, one of the first things that people would do is block and seize the Suez Canal. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this thing looks like it was parked there on purpose. And here's the dude.
Oh, don't show it.
I couldn't help it. It's playing already.
Oh, man.
And there's one of the young ladies. Young ladies. They didn't mention the young ladies' races. Whenever they said teenage girls, I knew that they weren't going to say. Anyway, boo-boo. So, a bunch of animals are going to die because of this Suez Canal jam, which means that food prices are going to skyrocket. And
I've heard that before from, I think, you and David Devine.
Yeah, we were talking about it. And it was weird that, you know, the right kind of accident might lead shipping to go around Africa instead of come here, backing up the supply, making everything. But what's funny is you know, they could go save the animals and take them to market, but everybody's acting like they just can't do nothing because this thing is so big. I wanted Anna to tell us about this. So we were hoping to go to pyramids soon. But it looks like if we don't wear our face diaper in Mexico, well, actually, they already closed Chichen Itza here because of tourists. They didn't, you know, blame Americans. They usually do. Sometimes it says Americans. But this time they just said tourists, and they don't want to wear their masks. So they said, you know what? Fuck you guys. We'll just close the pyramids and close all the ruins.
Yeah, my parents, when they were here, when the baby was born, well, you saw them with their mask and the face covers and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, no, Mexico is totally bought into the mask completely. And my mom says that if you don't wear a mask, that people look at you like, how dare you? Like, bunch of Karens.
Yeah, you should totally be wearing that face diaper. I mean, how dare you?
But hopefully, when we go, they're not closed.
I hope they're not closed too. So Mexico's not city's not closed yet, but Chichen Itza is.
That's in Quintana Roo. Yeah.
No bueno, man. But that's funny how that so many people worldwide are so, you know, about a certain idea. Kansas City newspaper sends a warning with a blank page for the front page. So they sent this out to the newspaper begging for money because their newspaper is failing. And I have an opinion on why it might be failing. It might be because mainstream media writes so much garbage and sharticles that no one wants to read the shit anymore. They can do it okay hiding it on websites because it's a little cheaper to maintain and run. But if you've been paying attention, some of these news outlets are going bankrupt, firing everybody, and it's more and more going to be just the Department of Truth, like one organization giving you everything. 1984. So the reason I opened this article right here is we'll get to a different article here. China flies at least 20 warplanes in Taiwan's airspace. You know what the Taiwanese did about it?
Nothing.
they radioed him and told him, "Hey, can you not do that?" Because they can't do shit about it. And the truth is since Obama pulled out, no pun intended, but he pulled out, right? So we've had an American presence in between in the Strait of China, I believe, or the Strait of Taiwan, actually. We've had ships and a Navy presence there since the end of the World War II, or shortly after it. I think since 1952, we've had a whole fleet there. And China has not fucked with Taiwan, and that's why we get all kinds of cheap goods and nice stuff. It says made in Taiwan because they're our friend.
Yeah.
And a lot of
everything was made in Taiwan.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that Taiwan, they call it the renegade state of China for a reason, because all of the people that used to run China had to run for their lives from the communists, and they set up a government in Taiwan, and that became the last foothold of freedom in China. So really, they are part of China, but now they're reduced in size. So Taiwan is the legitimate, in my opinion, government of China. Where would we run though? But the reason I brought this up is because of this.
China's growing firepower.
Yeah. They're making more and more and more weapons, bigger missiles, bigger bombs, more nukes. They're making aircraft carriers, battleships, drones. A lot of people say, oh, well, they only got a couple of things. I'm one of those. They really only have a couple of aircraft carriers right now. I think it's 4, along with their brand new one. And 3 of them are old Russians, old Russian ones. The thing is that not Taiwan, Freudian slip here. China, since 1949, of course, they became a communist country. But the thing about them is they've been pumping out nonstop underwater and small boats, weapon systems, satellites, drones, robots, AIs, surveillance systems. And if you haven't been able to notice, we're using those same programs here. It's almost like our countries have already merged. So in my opinion, the idea that we would actually go to a war because China and America went to a war and it wasn't a planned, staged population reduction campaign. But they're saying that they don't even know if we could win and defend Taiwan anymore because of the amount of firepower Mexico's making.
Wow.
All right, so where's the guy? I skipped past it. I want to look for the dude. Here, we'll talk about the bugs in a minute. Here we go. So, USA Today editor fired for tweet blaming Boulder shooter on white man blames alt-right Twitter. He blames other people for him saying that. But anyway, let's look at this guy. Look at this shit. Damn it, what happened? There we go. Let me make sure it's muted. All right. So, here's this guy getting wheeled into the thing, and everybody said he was white on the left. They said it's a white guy. It's always a white guy that does the mass shootings, and they always ignore it when somebody with a name like his does the shooting. So what happened was everybody said white guy, 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 and then they had to retract. But why? Why did they retract when? Let's look at this guy. I mean,
because apparently he's not white.
Look at him. Here, let's pause it right there. Damn it. Come back out. Yeah, here we go. Oh my God. This is how they get you right here. You son of a bitch. Look, they don't want to let me look at him. What the fuck? Here, let's just find his stupid name and we'll go look at a picture of his ass.
But he has a mask.
He has a mask? Well, he got to protect him from the COVID.
There it is.
Where?
That's up.
Here it is. This?
Yes.
Yeah. It's in there where I can't copy
No,
it.
I saw it in this.
No.
Yeah, it was lower.
These assholes. You stop. This is my TV. Anyway, let's play this shit. I guess it'll be... Look at this guy. He looks like any guy from Ohio, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Texas. He is as white comes. What the fuck, thing? You motherfucker. Son of a bitch. Here, we'll just do this shit. Oh, here he is. Anyway, I already found something. I forgot I solved that problem already. Here. Let's watch this video so we can actually look at it. Look at this dork. Why all of a sudden are we saying this guy's not white? He's clearly white as fuck. He's whiter than I am. The reason is because he's a Muslim and they want you to believe that, you know, these magical, made-up separations of people. Look at him. He's even got the male pattern baldness. The same as any regular white dude from it. He could be from England. Look at him. He could be from Germany.
Yeah.
He could be from fucking Spain or Italy or any fucking where.
Or Mexico.
But you're not allowed to say he's white, even though he's clearly fucking white. Yeah. So I'm going to take the left side on this one and say that this guy, Ahmed, whatever his name is, it doesn't matter what, you know, what, of course they turned off the comments. This guy is totally a white boy. Through and through. Look at him. And, well, he had to go to court. Yeah, look at him.
He looks,
He looks like that one guy that did all that methamphetamines on his Harley Davidson. Remember that guy? His name was Rusty. I didn't realize I had feelings for him until we were in the foxhole back in Nam. No, I'm just
He's
joking.
from Syria, so.
Yeah, he's from Syria and he has a Muslim name, so you're not allowed to say he's white. When he's clearly fucking white. That's his color. That's how stupid it is to separate people by their skin tone.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the same heritage of a lot of other white people, but he's still the same skin tone.
Yeah.
It's just retarded. I'm just joking with you guys. But anyway, the guy is clearly white. I'm going to take Lefty's side, but they're not calling him white anymore. No news. China, blah, blah, blah. Here it is. A year into remote work, no one knows when to stop working anymore. And I believe that because I feel like I'm working all the time, no matter what I'm doing. Living is working. That's actually the way we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And taking a break when you're stoned. You know, that's also, you got to do that. I mean.
Yeah, you gotta.
Does anyone else feel like they can't stop working? Or do you guys work at home? Let me look in the audience here. Something tells me he don't drink Miller Lite. Now, that is the most alcoholic racism I've ever heard. No, I'm just joking. That is cray-cray side of the family. They all tell me so. I must be missing something on that one. There's an Oppenheimer Ranch project there. Needs a wrench. Is rolling working? I believe it could be. What's going on, Kim B? I'm related to James. Well, that's nice for you. Here's a wrench. Yeah, but back to the point, isn't working and living like the same thing? It's the people that just continue to work until they're old as shit are the people you always remember. Like, you know, the farmer guy or, you know, the mechanic, that old mechanic. They always say that because people that just continue to work and work, they seem to live almost forever.
Yeah. But that generation is over. As we said it before.
Well, fuck them. They're over. They're done. That's why we shoved everybody in the COVID retirement homes. Anyway, let me get rid of this article so you can see this article. This is what they want for you. Don't eat meat. Don't grow your own food. Just everybody, we could just eat this $1 billion insect protein bars like on Snowpiercer. You remember that movie? No. You didn't watch the movie? They were eating these. They had a bunch of poor people in the back car eating protein bars. That's all they gave them.
What was that show with Joe Rogan that they will eat bugs?
Oh, the Fear Factor.
Yeah, Fear Factor.
That was probably some predictive programming right there. The Fear Factor. Here, you're a pussy if you can't eat bugs. But that is true. The only, you know, if I'm gonna be surviving and there's no fucking animals, and I'm wasting too much energy, I'm probably gonna pick these guys up along the way. I'll start a fire and barbecue these fucks if I'm starving. However, I don't choose to eat this just because. There's no need for it. And your body is not designed to eat this. And I've read several papers talking about how the most unique and unidentified bacteriums and viruses are found in the guts of insects. And I mean shit that they don't know the fucking thing about and will kill you dead as a doornail or just make you have a bad case of diarrhea and mud butt. You want a bug sandwich?
No, I'm good. But you know, in Mexico, They eat cricket.
Yummy. That's like a grasshopper.
A taco of crickets.
A taco of crickets? How do you call that?
Chapulines.
Chapulines?
Yeah.
Holy shit. No thanks. I'm good on the bug cockroaches and all that. Freak me out. Australian school forces young boys to collectively apologize to female classmates for sexism and rape. I'm going to just turn that off. That's silly. However, I do have something to say about that. Would it be fucked up to make all the little girls go apologize to all the little boys for all the little whores that fucking left and home broke and they were home wreckers and they ran off with some younger guy and took the guy for all his wealth, half his, took his house, took his money. He gets to visit his kids like an hour every third month or something if he's nice and wears his mask and gets his vaccines. No, of course not, because that would be fucking silly, right?
But if they're doing it from the opposite sex, the only fair thing to is yes, allow that.
The whole concept that they've been pushing on people, and if you guys watched the video last night with Eva Moses Kor, the Holocaust survivor, she goes around and tells German kids who literally have Nazis as grandparents that they have no reason to feel guilty for anything that happened because you're not guilty for your father's sins, and so to speak. And if you really think about it, if you believe that someone is responsible for their father's sins or debts of their fathers, and I don't mean their literal father, but I mean ancestors in the line behind them, however long you want to go back, that means you agree with grabbing a certain portion of the population, punishing them, and making them slaves to servitude. So believing in that idea just perpetuates slavery and servitude. Why would I pay reparations? I wasn't even born 400 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm only 40-something years old.
That makes no sense. That's nonsense.
I mean, are you going to, how many transgressions do you think are in your line of people? I bet millions, right?
That video is playing a bush.
Yeah, but there's no sound. Don't worry about it. Anyway, this was the article if you want to look at it. The cartels just flashing lights at old fat boy here. And they're mocking him. Here, and I'll play it for you. I'm going to mute it, though. No, wait, we'll unmute it.
The water
is right behind me. I'm down on the Texas border along with 18 senators. We made the trip to see the crisis that is playing out. We've already gone to detention facilities that are overrun, many of them with families, small children. We saw multiple mothers who were nursing infant babies who had just crossed over and were being housed in outdoor holding pens where they were sleeping on the floor and nursing their babies. We're at the edge of the river. On the other side of the river is Mexico. On the other side of the river, we have been listening to and seeing cartel members, human traffickers, right on the other side of the river, waving flashlights, yelling and taunting Americans, taunting the Border Patrol, because they know that under the current policy of the Biden administration, they can flood over here. They're getting paid $4,000 or $5,000 a person to smuggle them into this country. And our policies, when they smuggle them in, the Biden administration releases them, and more and more and more. Last month, 100,000 people came across the border illegally. We've got 15,000 kids in federal government custody. This is a humanitarian crisis. It's a public health crisis. The illegal
Anyway. There we go. Sorry about the echo. I crossed my buttons. He may be right at everything he's saying there, but just something about Ted Cruz has always made me think he's a snake. I don't trust him. I don't like him.
Watching him right now, it makes me think since when he's like the spokesperson, of investigating stuff. He looks like a reporter more than anything.
Sounds like he works at
Like he took a new job as a.
Yeah, he's an investigative reporter now.
Exactly.
Down on the border. No, what I'm saying is this guy's a fucking actor.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna do nothing for you. He just goes out there and acts like he's on one side or the other. And meanwhile, all of these pricks vote for all the same programs that fuck everyday people of all different kinds. That's their goal. And I think he's a snake. But actually, if you listen to this whole thing, he is right. And those guys, the cartel people, are over there laughing at them because they know you ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it? We covered this. Okay, so we're gonna have to get to the church portion of the morning. I thought I would help you guys because everybody's confused about, you know, all of these weird ideas of race and stuff. So people are called Latinos, which doesn't make no sense to me because, you know, Latin was spoken a long time ago and, you know, the Roman Catholic Church kind of dominated some areas. So I guess that's why they call them Latinos. But that pretty much covers anybody around the world that takes part in anything like that. So I was going to translate some Latin right here for you guys live on 420 TV to help you guys realize that you can be Latin if you want to be.
And this is for entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment purposes only, so I hope I don't offend you or nothing like that. Okay, let me see. Where was I? I think I need to go here. I can't find it. I will find it. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Welcome to the Church of 420. Thank you all for coming. Let's go back over to the main scene right here. And I'm gonna give you guys the lovely Anna. She likes to be on camera, so I'm gonna put her on instead of me. Right here. There she is. Welcome to the Church of 420. It is Sunday. Thanks for coming. I believe the effect is on, so you know. And don't worry, we won't be passing around the tithe bottle where you can have to dump all your money in there for Jesus.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so let's go back over here to the news, right? So, because I want to share this with them, even though. Okay, so we're gonna translate for you right here. Where was I? Here it is. This is the table blessing before meals, and I'm gonna translate for you right here. Benedict. So what that is actually, I know the guy, and he been in the dick since we were like 9 years old. He's always been a dick. Matter of fact, sometimes, you know, he's a dick still. He been a dick, but that's a Benedict. I tell you right there, that's a translation. That's what we say when someone's, you know, they're, how you say, a dickhead, right? Being a dick, and then Dame no News. That's what we play every Friday down here. You can come down here to the communist nation. I'm just joking. It's Benedict right there. I don't know what's this right here, though. If I said it right. Benedict Dominos. I was never a dick when I was playing dominoes.
Dominoes.
That's actually, this right here sounds like Native American. Et haketo adona. Quade tu ala jatate. Latin's some weird shit, bro. But anyway, look right down here. Per Christum Domino Nostrum. I don't know, it's some kind of weird European shit domino game or something.
Yeah,
no, I'm just joking. But this is my favorite word now in Latin. Benedict. Here, let's go up there. Let's go. Where was it? Ave Maria, gratis e aplana. No, I'm just kidding. I can't do it. Welcome to the church.
Like Catholic church.
Oh, did I scare you? I'm sorry. Let's see what's going on in the chat. I was just kidding with you guys. Hey, look, we saw the top of her head. That was wonderful. I'm just kidding. Here.
I was looking down at
We'll turn off yours. Oh no, that ain't right at all. Here we go. Anyway, no, I thought you guys would think that was funny here in the Church of 420 on your Sunday. La 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 doo doo. Is that bad? I'm sorry, but it was funny because, you know, Benedict, I know him. There's like 5 of Benedicts around here. All of them Benedicts. That was my favorite shit I came across.
That is right, Simon. It is Sunday.
It's Sunday here, and it's time to worship. You know, didn't they say that in Genesis that all plans were for you to use? I believe so. Right? You're supposed to use all seed-bearing plants here in the Church of 420. You want to sing some Latin?
No.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, that's all.
But I do want to learn Latin.
You do want to learn Latin?
Yeah.
Here, let me put the camera back on. You got anything else to say about tonight's articles? This morning.
This morning. On Sunday morning?
Yeah, it's Sunday.
No. It's just a reminder of crazy times for sure.
All right, well, let's take a look in the chat and see what they got to say in here. Happy birthday, Anna. That's right, it's Anna's birthday today.
Oh, yeah. It's my birthday.
And that's why I got her up early so we could play around and get high and watch dumb news.
Yep.
In the Church of 420. I think I still got the stupid voice thing on. I forgot. Hold on. We gotta fix that. We sound like we're at church.
Is that what they said?
No, I just noticed that it was still on. Here we go. Now we're normal. I believe I will burn one of those plans we speak. You cursed us? What? How did I do that?
Thank you, Top Knot.
What's up, Top Knot? Desert Rose says that I cursed them. Or I cursed you guys.
Why?
I'm still waiting for the chipmunk vid.
Oh, yes. You know how I used to do, not many, but like 2 or 3 videos making my voice like a chipmunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scratch brought it up, so I said maybe I should make one. I haven't made one in a while.
Right?
Because he said that he laughed.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I remember that.
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you, Simon. That's what we're doing. Simone! Did you ever watch Alvin and the Chipmunks? Yes, of course. And I watch them also on ice. You watch Chipmunks on ice? What were they doing?
I had to do the chipmunk for a minute anyway. So you were talking like the chipmunk there. I don't know. I don't know how that sounded, but yeah.
I know that.
With the Latin preaching, yeah, I cursed you. No, it was just like a couple prayers or something that I was messing with. I didn't mean to offend anybody, but I did think it was funny the Benedict. Sure, I've been a dick one time or more. I mean, everybody been a dick one time or another.
That's funny.
Anyway.
Can a woman be a dick?
Of course women can be a dick. They're dicks all the time. Matter of fact, I've met several women that have balls. I don't know if they took it from their men or where they got it from, but it's in their purse and they pull it out when they want.
Okay.
I'm serious. Women have balls. I've seen it.
Take the camera away from me.
No, it's nice on you. It's like you're on 420 TV right now.
I'm feeling awkward.
Awkward. All right. So I'll feel awkward. But anyway, that's all we got for 420 TV today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for waking and baking with us. And yeah, you're listening to 177.6 on your freedom of speech dial. Please don't take too much of my comedy seriously. I am just fucking around. So if you get butt hurt, please don't watch the channel. I mean, sorry, I think, or something. Something like that.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the line, this is your song.
thought we'd go to war after all the things we saw. It's April Fool's Day. Tomorrow never comes until it's too late. You'll go running underground, you'll be listening for the sound. It's only Wednesday. Your shelter dimly lit. Take some wood and learn to knit, 'cause it's a long day. Tomorrow never comes until it's too late. You hear a whistling overhead. Are you alive or are you dead? It's only Thursday. You feel the shaking of the ground. A million candles burn around. Is it your birthday? Tomorrow never comes until it's too late. Oh, that shame is your home, but it ain't safe to have alone. It's only Friday. As you come out to the light, and you're lighting for the night, it must be Tuesday. Tomorrow never comes until it's too late. Ain't it funny how we think the days are born, they are mixed. It's only Saturday.